walking around the building. So I don't know if you want to start here and then walk in. Okay, so the building off to my left here to your right is what we call the student housing building. And so a church in Kansas provided the funds for this, and we built 9 rooms here for families so we could hold up to 9 families for training. But initially then we took one of the rooms and made it into a classroom so we didn't have to meet out in the tin building, because we wanted that tin building then to become our kitchen and storeroom. So you can walk in this way and you can see the rooms. And so this is a typical kind of Tanzanian place where Tanzanians would stay at a guest house, what they call a guest house. So we're making everything as Tanzanian as we can for them. Now, from here, then we held our trainings here for several cycles, had our students here, we were using the kitchen out back, and then we as a team decided we needed more space for students to come, so we needed to use this for sleeping. So then came the idea of actually building classrooms. And so I'll take you up to the building that we call the multi-purpose training building. Oh, excuse me, let me back up. One thing that we realized when we brought 9 families, we had lots of children. And we didn't plan on that initially, and so we thought, wow, we need to be able to help the kids when they come, teach them Bible stories. Some of them didn't even speak Swahili, they spoke their mother tongue, and so we realized we needed to have something, a program for them, and God was bringing them along with the parents. So the next thing that we developed was the children's classroom. And Pikes Peak was involved in that process. So let me walk you over there and we'll explain the children's classroom.
Did you mention
And so the multi-purpose building, once again we had a church that provided funds then for the classrooms. And I'll try to explain the development of this building here that you're looking at. It was built in 3 different phases. We initially first needed a classroom, so we built 2 classrooms instead of just one, so that we can have more than one training event going on at the same time, which does happen. So over to my right, your left, you see that's 2 classrooms, A and B. That was the first phase, and then the second phase is what you see there in the middle, and that's kind of the dining area and the kitchen. And over here to your left, you see MA Cleaning. These are some offices. That's our church office, the CCCT office, and the office for one of the head teachers here at the school, and then a conference room. And so to get this building built, we developed a video on YouTube. It was called Buy a Brick or something like that. I can't even remember. And so it really inspired people because we said the cost of a brick is $1, and we needed 60,000 bricks at the time. And so, but you know, God used YouTube and used that video to provide all the funds for this building you see in front of us. And the funds that you brought with this team here this time is actually going to finish off this building, and to your right and my left there's a big hole being dug, and this is going to be the next capture tank. So we have a big roof here, and the water that comes off this roof is going to go into this big cement tank that's going to be built down here in the bottom. So you're paying for the gutters, the tank that's going in down there, and also the painting that you guys have been doing. So what we'll do is, I think, maybe walk around the other side of the building here so you can get a look at the other offices in the back of it, and then we'll actually take you into some offices and the classroom and things like that. In fact, let's go to the classroom first. You can see the students here. Okay, so these are the students that are in training. Of course, you see Todd and Tammy there. Tammy's teaching them.
And then the gentleman to the right is Lomayan. He's a Tanzanian that is helping us with training and translation, guest speakers and things like that.
Okay, and this building that's behind me is the children's classroom, and then off to my left is all the lighting for the children's playground and the fence and everything that secures it. And so I'll walk you in here. Since we do have families here right now, you can see the kids.
Whoa.
And so this is the children's classroom. Of course, the team that was here last year repainted this and did the decorations that are in here. And so once this building was finished, then we had a classroom for our adults, we had a classroom for the children. And so we did a couple cycles with the way that was set up, the student housing, the classroom over there and then over here. But then the demand for training more families became a reality, and so then we started to think about, okay, if we have families living there, kids going to class here, we need classrooms for the adults. And so now comes the process of the multi-purpose building.